Key economic indicator just came in, the highly anticipated producer price index. We've been waiting for it all morning long. Here it is. And here's what it says as well. The big headline, the producer price index, the cost for what it takes for producers to make what we use every day. Then they pass that cost on to us. But it's a measure of the wholesale prices showing no change whatsoever in June, flat. That's a bit of a conflict over whether the tariffs are really threatening to boost inflation here. Take a look at another headline there. Unchanged is what it says. Economists had been looking for an increase of 0.2%, a minor increase, but an increase nonetheless. Did not happen. So combined with yesterday's consumer price index release, this is suggesting that the tariffs are just taking a marginal, minimal bite out of the economy.
In a new snapshot of the U.S. economy, inflation picked up a notch in June, raising questions about the impact of President Trump's tariffs, beginning to slowly work their way through the economy, concerns he downplayed.
Very slight. Essentially, they were exactly as anticipated, very low inflation. So what you should do is lower the rate. The Fed should lower the rate immediately.
The president ramping up his pressure on Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell to lower interest rates, decreasing the cost of borrowing money. Though any sign of rising prices will complicate the Fed's next moves as it works to drive inflation down below 2%.
What is important here is that the rate of change, how quickly prices are changing, is increasing.
The new report showing consumer prices rose 2.7% in June, 0.3% higher than in May, a slight reversal from the overall downward trend this year. In tariff-targeted sectors, the price of appliances, toys, furniture, and bedding all rose, while the cost of a new vehicle dropped.
What we're realizing is that it takes a lot longer for tariffs to sort of work their way through the economy, and we may still see again, inflation continue to rise.
President Trump rejects that idea, adamant tariffs are bringing in big money and pointing to new investments in the U.S., including in energy and AI, rolling out more news Tuesday in Pennsylvania.
More than $56 billion in new energy infrastructure and more than $36 billion in new data center projects.
President Trump betting big on his vision for the economy. Experts are warning about a new term, sneakflation, where companies find subtle ways to pass on their increased costs without changing the list price. Tactics like lowering the quality of the product, shortening return windows, and ending free shipping, all things to watch out for. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.